Bob drove his pickup, loaded with possessions. He finally found his new home. Dirt road? Check. Busted up mailbox? Check. Lady sunbathing in the front yard? Naked? Well, ain't that neighborly, Bob thought. Little did he know his troubles were just starting. He didn't see the sign covered by kudzu, Happy Trails Nudist Community. Bob was about to get a whole lot more familiar with his neighbors than he planned. He scratched his head, looking at the address again. Yep, this is it, he mumbled. He hopped out, grabbed a lawn chair, and headed toward the lady. Howdy, ma'am. Name's Bob, your new neighbor, the lady screamed, covering herself with a garden gnome. Bob just grinned. Don't worry, I ain't afraid of a little sunshine. The lady, now holding a spatula like a weapon, explained the situation. Bob's face went white as his undershirt. He was in a nudist colony. You mean, everybody walks around naked? He stammered. The lady nodded, lowering the spatula slightly. Well, shoot, Bob muttered. He suddenly felt very aware of his overalls and the hole in the knee. Don't you worry, the lady chuckled. It's all about comfort here. Bob looked down at his overalls. Comfort? He hadn't felt that in years. He thought about all the skinny dipping he'd done back in the creek. Maybe this wouldn't be so bad after all. Besides, running back to his truck with everyone looking at him seemed worse than staying put. Bob tried to blend in. He figured camouflage was close enough to being naked, right? He strolled around the community center, a vision in hunter orange and camo pants. Folks were playing volleyball, swimming in the pool, all in their birthday suits. Bob just stuck out like a sore thumb. A very clothed, confused thumb. He tried to join a game of horseshoes, but his camo pants kept snagging on the stakes. He went for a dip in the pool, but the lifeguard blew her whistle and pointed at a sign. Proper swimwear required. Bob sighed. This blending in thing was harder than it looked. Maybe he could just stay inside and watch TV? Except, they didn't have TVs. This was going to be a long stay. Dinner time at the community potluck was an experience. Bob brought his famous squirrel stew. Let's just say it didn't go over well with the tofu burger crowd. You mean this ain't how y'all eat vegetables? Bob asked, confused. One brave soul tried Bob's moonshine later that night. Let's just say she was seeing double. And not because of the nudity. Bob, on the other hand, discovered a love for organic kale chips. Tastes like potato chips, only greener. Who knew? When in Rome. Ditch the overalls? After a week, Bob was starting to feel the pressure. Everyone else was so comfortable in their own skin, literally. He decided to take the plunge. He snuck down to the communal showers at dawn. He took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and he opened one eye, then the other. He felt free, liberated, like a bald eagle, a slightly chubby, hairy bald eagle. He strutted out of the showers, ready to face the day. Then he tripped over a croquet set and landed face first in a flower bed. Some things never change. The great squirrel hunt debacle. The nudists were all about peace and love. Bob, well, he loved hunting. Don't you worry, he told his new friends. I'll just use my trusty slingshot. No harm, no foul. Famous last words. Turns out no harm didn't apply to the bird bath he accidentally shattered. The nudists were horrified. Bob felt bad, he really did, so he did what any self-respecting redneck would do. He built them a new one, out of beer cans and duct tape. It was something else. The nudists, bless their hearts, pretended to love it. Hearts, minds, and other uncovered bits. Bob started to see the appeal of the nudist lifestyle. No more laundry, no more tan lines. And he had to admit it made playing volleyball a whole lot more interesting. He still wore his Lucky John Deere hat, though. A man's gotta have his principles. The nudists, in turn, grew to appreciate Bob's unique charm. He was like a breath of fresh air, a slightly smelly, moonshine-breathing breath of fresh air. He taught them how to play poker, how to change a tire, and how to make a mean batch of squirrel stew. They still wouldn't eat it, but they appreciated the effort. Finding your tribe, one birthday suit at a time. Bob realized he'd finally found a place where he could be himself. No judgment, no pretenses, just a bunch of naked folks enjoying life. He even started a weekly grillin' and chillin' night, where he'd cook up burgers and hot dogs, no tofu allowed, while everyone sat around the bonfire in all their glory. He even convinced them to let him build an outhouse. It's more natural, he argued, and the view's better. They drew the line at him installing a satellite dish. Some things are sacred, Bob, they said. He just shrugged. More football for me then. Happily ever naked, after all. So, Hilljack Bob, the man who wouldn't be caught dead wearing anything less than overalls, became the most loved resident of the Happy Trails nudist colony. He learned that clothes don't make the man, or the lack thereof, and that friendship can blossom in the most unexpected places, even if those places are completely bare. And as Bob always said, if you can't be yourself when you're naked, when can you?